Well, hello everyone. Now we're doing water signs, Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces. Let's see what's going down for you this week. Let's get an overview of what we could be dealing with this week. We're going to start with you, Cancer. So y'all like, share, and subscribe, and thank y'all for joining me and having this conversation. So here we go. And y'all like, share, subscribe, and any black magic we throw it up on it will not work. Goes right back to center immediately. Let's see. We're going to start with you, Cancer. So, Cancer, what did you need to worry about this week that could be coming toward? What's going down this week with Cancer we need to talk about? Cancer, what's going down? We have faith. Somebody 22 could be in the birthday or 22 days. Or 22 means something. They want you to learn how to have more faith. You need to have more faith in what's going down this week. Why do you need more faith? Why do you need what's going down with your faith energy this week? What's the deal with your faith being tested here? What's going down with your faith? So your faith may be tested here, Cancer. So what's happening with your faith here, Cancer? Something about, okay, you're being watched too. You are being watched. The eyes with near somebody's eyes would denote a great increase. So there's something you're being watched. So have faith, and it may bring you a great increase in your money this week because somebody's keeping an eye on you and seeing how you operate and how you handle things. Someone is really keeping an eye on you this week. Now, what else is going down here for Cancer? What else this week we can talk about? What else? So they got, have faith. There's somebody watching you right now this week. Keep an eye on you. But you got to watch out for this hole in the soul. Somebody 36 feel like there's a hole in their soul that's not completed this week. Why do you feel like there's a hole in your soul, Cancer? Why do you feel this hole in your soul, Cancer? What's going on? What's this hole in your soul? Okay, you feel it because, hold on. Something about a hole in your soul. You feel good news. You're not going to get no good news. Something's got you feeling like you're not going to get no good news coming towards you. So it makes a hole in your soul because you feel like I'm not getting no good news and I'm not getting nowhere. So why should I be all happy? Someone feels like they're not going to get some good news. What do you want good news about? You're not getting good news about what? What you not getting good news about? About say what you mean. 18. Somebody needed to learn how to say what they mean. When they said it, they wasn't saying what they mean. In other words, this person might have said what they was going to say this week, but they didn't mean it. What is you didn't mean to say this week? What didn't mean to say, Cancer, this week? What was that about? What Cancer didn't mean to say this week? Oh, there was a trap. Something about a trap. Somebody could be 78, could be involved in this. There was a trap and you didn't mean to say something and you was committed to this trap. Somebody 34, you didn't want nobody to know you was committed to setting a trap and doing some conflict this week coming 30 that you're involved in. You don't want nobody to know about a trap and this conflict that you were involved in, Cancer, that you had a part in. What's this situation? You was trying to start conflict and you was collaborating. You didn't want nobody to know that you was collaborating with somebody 45. You was collaborating and you wanted self-love 43, and this person started self-loving themselves as you was protesting. You was doing protest against this person 51. You didn't want them to love themselves. You didn't want them to do nothing, so you was protesting somebody. So you was just as guilty. You don't want that to come out. But guess what? When it comes out, is it going to come out what parts you played in this, Cancer? Because you don't want nobody to know that you went on this adventure. Whoa. But Spirit say ain't nothing you can hide, because you can't hide. It's going to come out anyway because you had your hands in the cookie jar. Why you think that you're not going to have to come up with that, what you done? So, you're going to get caught. Yeah, because see, somebody knows it's something about a family. Somebody may found out they're pregnant. 3, somebody thought they was going to get big luck, and also a pregnancy, and plus they thought they was going to get a big ticket. 32, after they starting this conflict, they was going to get married and got a lot of money and get luck. So basically they was doing these things just to get somebody's blessings. They was trying to steal somebody's blessings. So you one of the blessing stealers, allegedly. You like to do in rituals to steal stuff that ain't yours. I get it. So somebody like to steal stuff, could be 23 years old, was involved in this. But guess what they said? You're going to feel this. Somebody, see, you wanted to lock this person up. There was 56 for their blessings. So guess what? Yeah, you lost because you losing this battle. 13th, you finna lose this battle because you had the idea and you had the intent. So ain't no sense you hiding. Yes, you will get caught. So ain't no sense hiding. Okay, let's go to Scorpio. So you trying to hide out. Your involvement is trying to hurt another person. That's what you're trying to worry about. You or somebody you know. Okay, so let's go over here to Scorpio. What's going down with you this week, Scorpio? What's happening with Scorpio this week, Scorpio? Scorpio, what's happening in your energy? We have somebody dream. 3, something about somebody's dreams. They're working on their dreams this week. And what else is going on for Scorpio? So someone is working on their dreams this week. And somebody is self-loving themselves. 24. Someone is self-loving themselves. In other words, they're showing themselves love right now. Somebody's learning to love themselves. Because if you don't love you, how can you be loving anybody else? Or what else? So you're learning to love yourself. Something about courage. 30. Somebody have to have courage to go ahead and love themselves and step up for themselves and have courage to do it this week. And also unleash your creativity. 31. Someone may be unleashing their creative side this week. In other words, they're going to go the extra mile to get what they want this week. And you're going to go because your inner child, you're healing it. 16. Somebody was healing the wounds that kept them trapped this week. And you're working on your dreams. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Let's go over here to Pisces. Now, Pisces. What is going on with Pisces this week? Pisces. Okay. Pisces, what's going on with you this week? What's going on with Pisces? Okay, Pisces feel blinded by something. 9th, something on the 9th. Somebody feels blinded about something. What do Pisces allegedly, all Pisces, what do they feel blinded about? Somebody feels blinded in a situation this week coming about a family that they collaborated with, they did something with. So they feel blinded. Somebody could be 46 years old involved in this. There's some family members involved and they went into something real blindly, not thinking that they was going to get stressed out. Somebody 73 could be stressed out in this situation, having nightmares. Somebody 75, there's some older cats here having nightmares this week too because of something they went into blindly. What did you go in and do blindly? What did y'all do that you think you did blindly? What did you blindly go into? You had an idea to blindly go into something. There was an idea that you had. 41, somebody had. What was this idea? This was to make some turbulence in somebody's 7. You wanted to make turbulence in somebody's life, allegedly. So you was trying to make turbulence. Why was you trying to make turbulence in this person's life? Oh, you was trying to cause them nightmares. Somebody 75. They was trying to cause nightmares to this person. Why was you trying to do that? Why was you trying to do that? Something about disasters. They was trying to cause disasters too. Somebody could be 38 years old. They was trying to cause the disasters to somebody that could be 38. Also, they indulged in doing this too. They got money to do this. 52. They got money to make somebody's life a disaster, and then they got in their pride. Somebody the 4 said they were very prideful, but these people collaborated. Friendships got together. Some older cats, 72, and they were in their pride, and they wanted to daydream on how they could do this. 68. So they was daydreaming on how they could destroy someone. So this week, and someone's got it on their mind what they done. And they also made a puppet 15 to put this person on puppet strings. In other words, they had a puppet trying to tell them what, like magical puppet. And somebody got married. Something about they had somebody put somebody and married somebody too. And they put them on puppet strings for their savings. Somebody could be 49. They was trying to take their savings, this person's money. And 53, they didn't want to compromise. So then there was also an accident may happen to the 16th this week. So be careful, because it's going to cause you to want to apologize. Somebody could be 71 is going to want to apologize after this accident, because they're going to be in fright. Somebody 62, they're in fright right now. But they got to live and learn from what they done. Somebody 27 years old needed to learn not to do these things, because they had a goal to do this to somebody with birthday 14 in it. So it's justice here on the 11th. Justice here. It's going to be some balancing too. Because they made reservations to do it. To do all this to somebody could be in the age of 29. They took allowance. There was alliance to do this. There was a lot of people involved. Somebody 8. There was a lot of people involved. This person was relaxing when they was causing all this. Then they caused robberies. They was trying to rob this person. 59. They was trying to rob this person, and they masked this that they wanted to rob this person. Somebody 24th. So they was trying to rob this person and starting some turbulence to do it. And this person apparently got pregnant too. Somebody will be expecting a baby. They could be 21 years old. Somebody's pregnant that's doing this, and they mask themselves. Somebody could be 24. They mask themselves that their imagination was so off like this. Somebody could have been 63. They had a bad imagination. Something about all this conflict. They was trying to start 30. They was trying to start this conflict and these friendships. 72. They were all in on it together. So they would do this to get blessings. And what I'm hearing, they aided to this person that was 17 to go off the rocker to do these things to somebody else that didn't deserve this. This person didn't deserve to be harassed and tortured by these people. And now they even sent the death angel out to this person. So now it's like the aided. Now the death is here. What's the death about? So there's a death here that they was trying to schedule to get done. They was trying to schedule somebody to even lose their life. Somebody wanted somebody to lose their life. Pisces, you or somebody else was trying to schedule that. Y'all was doing that this week or before. This got to do it before too, and it was this week. They was trying to get this done because they don't want to have to deal with justice. They don't want to have to deal with justice. So what's going on with Pisces? Give me some more here. See, it's justice going to be, because it's a serial killer, and it's justice coming. Somebody's a serial killer, and they've been hiding long enough. What's this Pisces? You or somebody is. What is they doing? The whole purpose of this. What was the whole purpose of doing all this crime this week? What is they going to do? Yeah, it's an inside job. They was trying to do an inside job to someone this week. So what they going to do on the inside this week? What was they trying to do? See, this person was trying to run away from some situation. They wanted to run away this week and from this situation. What else? They wanted to run away because of these grandparents here. They want to clean this up that they had thrown to somebody in this landfill at a party. Somebody threw somebody in the landfill, and they went partying with this person. And they did it in a wooden area. And this person committed suicide. That's what they wanted, and that's what the regret is in this home. They wanted somebody to commit suicide in this home, so they was in the woods doing stuff. Spell work is what I hear. They was doing spell work in the woods and all this. What else was they doing in this? They wanted somebody to commit suicide because this person was mind controlled. And see, they mind controlled this person. And this person was a serial killer, just like I said. They do homicides. And they go in these tunnels. And they do this for debts. But this person trapped people. And they do it for greed. And they were doing it for revenge. And they were meeting up with all these stupid lies, and they were trying to set fires to people's homes and doing it that way. But the devil got a hold of them, see, and there's legal proceedings going on for setting all them fires and trying to take people out basically for their money. That's what they do. This is a serial killer. They do it for a power supply. They was using people for power supplies and what else? And they have a lot of crimes of passion. They took out all these people. These are people that are here behind Pisces. You or somebody else, y'all was doing this for power supply. And there was a couple here that was doing it together. But they were married too. This couple is married. Or they're pretending to be married, and they were dating at the time too. Somebody was dating and they would do this. They tried to do this to someone that was healing and had gifts, because they wanted to drug and poison this person. They already on social media, and they wanted to take them to this hotel from this neighborhood. And what was they going to do to this person once they got him out of this neighborhood? They was going to assassinate the person, allegedly. That was their job, to assassinate and cause man-made accidents, man-made disasters and accidents. They would do that. That was their job, to cause accidents to these people. And they did it for money. And there was a male here would do it for money. And they do this, take people out for money. So this is not the first rodeo. Whoever this is, they've done this before. And they done it near water. Somebody here was doing frauds on people, and they covered this up. They covered up a lot of their crimes in the desert that they would do. Also, they dismembered people, allegedly. Also, that's what's hidden. That they were dismembering, taking people, allegedly, trigger warning, having affairs and stuff. And they say they love each other, but they would strangle someone they love in a minute. This person was accomplice to the crime. They were accomplice to this female. There was a female, see, and a child was involved here that's alive. There's a child that's alive in outer space. Something about they were doing perversion and stuff from outer space to a child. Neglect and abuse is what they were doing to these celebrities. Somebody, a celebrity involved, need to use their intuition. And something about a boat and a caregiver. Something about a spouse, a partner was involved in this. And they would they wanted to fake their death. So next week, I guess they was trying to fake their death and then go among some aliens by the beach. If you don't believe they're here, because they're in a cult. So this is a cult doing this. In other words, the cult wants to cover up, but there will be justice in the behalf, because that's the secret. It's going to come out what they done, and the surveillance of how hard they went, and the jealousy they did to do this to people, and a lot of people missing because of these people over life insurance. Allegedly, they was on the road doing this to a lot of people, causing a lot of burials. And so to the people in the family, they were burying people, getting rid of people. So there's imprisonment coming for this person for making these natural disasters for people not to be here, because it was in their ego at the time. And they would go in the mountains and they would cause these deeds, and you see it in the mountains. And they would travel to do this in these organizations. So there's an organization that paid to take people out, and that was part of some aliens that they don't want to be known. And if you don't believe, you don't believe. But anyway, let's see if any names come out. Is there names involved in this? Anything else? And I'm going to go after this. Anything else about these assassinations? That Pisces, you or somebody you know, but they were a married couple here, and they were assassinating people for their life insurance and their money. And they do it, and they were part of the family. They were taking out a lot of family members. And now this person has HIV AIDS. So that's one of the persons that were doing it. They says no more me eating meat, because they was poisoning somebody's meat, allegedly. Something about they were making people sick in the past, allegedly. Somebody named a pastor in the past, allegedly. Somebody here, a cancer in the past. It says something about a cancer in the past. It's someone named Jack, allegedly. Could be involved. They says they need to tell the truth, and they're not going to. There's a car accident. You need to watch out in 3 days. There's a car accident to go down, and there's somebody in a yellow car. Just like I said, an accident is going to happen. A leader will step up soon to stop a lot of this. This is half and half. So someone said, share your money with your wealth, with your lover, or the true love that's coming, your new boyfriend, lover, or the one you already have. Share your money and your wealth with this person, allegedly. Someone named Solomon in the past, allegedly, they wish they wouldn't have went along with this, but they did. They didn't wish. They was okay with it. They says, watch out. Someone is trying to poison your food and your W. You know what I'm talking about. They trying to poison that too in your food and do magic on it. So they're doing magic on everything because they have a sex demon around them too. That's really on them. It says the judge is very angry. They lied on the oath. They lied on the oath with this. So the judge is angry about all these death spells that they were putting on this person, allegedly. They said, they were doing a lot of death spells. And there's a little birdie from Hawaii said, which one you choose, lust or love? Do you want love or lust? But, I think love is the greatest thing you can have. Like, share, and subscribe, y'all.